Here's a teacher tip. Here's a teacher tip. Here's a teacher. Here's a teacher tip. Hi friends! Welcome to my channel. It has existed for a very long time, but I haven't really vlogged. I think I have one or two. I have two. And then the others are just like recordings of random stuff. But I realized that I've had this channel for as long as I've been a teacher. And the weird thing is I haven't really put out any teacher content yet. So we're doing that now. We're doing some eduk stuff. If you have a child in the early grades, I think this channel would really be beneficial to you. Or if you're a teacher, but if you don't belong in that category, I also have other content. So just recently, I've been asked to be a ninang of this very beautiful child with very beautiful parents. I kid you not, they really are a good-looking pair. I remember one of the things I told them on their wedding day is that I'm excited for them to have a child. When they asked me to be a ninang, I was so excited, and I found out this child likes books already as a baby, and that's something special to me because I grew up around books. I also know that they want Filipino books, and a good source of Filipino books is Adarna House because they have reading experts on board. They've been in the industry for so long, and they actually have a lab school where I worked at for a year, so I know how serious they are about reading. So I went ahead and bought a bundle of board books. And, well, why do I think board books are good for babies and toddlers? It's because they don't tear easily. You know, you can't just fold them. When I showed my dad the board books, he was actually surprised because he said that before, the Philippines wouldn't produce board books. It's just really expensive and they'd have it printed in China, but Adarna, I guess, made it happen. So thank you, Adarna. If you're planning to give books as gifts, I suggest that you preview them first. That's the responsible thing to do. And even though I trust Adarna, it's just a good practice to have. Just preview the books first, and I thought that I would share them with you and maybe explore other activities or connections that we can do. So our first book is Ang Una Kong Alpabeto. So it's an alphabet book, just like the alphabet books you would see, which would have the letter and an example. The words will be in Tagalog, or if it's Hiram na wika, it would be spelled in Tagalog. So for example, we have isda, jacket, kalabaw, and lobo. Diba? So unique. I love how the pictures were drawn to, and it has our non-English letters like N, and G. Here's a teacher tip. You know how when we learned, at least how I learned the alphabet, I was taught the letter names first. But what's more important to learn is the letter sounds, because that's what they need to put the sounds together and make words and eventually read. Also, I would expose them to the lowercase letters because you encounter more lowercase letters than uppercase. I can actually do another whole video about how to teach your child how to read. There's a certain order you introduce letters, especially if you're teaching in our language, Filipino. Do let me know if you want to learn more about how to teach children how to read. You can put a comment below, but you can also read about it. There's a really good book called Teaching Beginning Literacy. It's by Dr. Felicitas Pado, and she is the mother of reading. She's one of those professors where you sit in her class and you go like, I don't want this to end. So this book is illustrated by Borg Sinaban. Now, another thing I know about this couple is that their families are so into music. titas and titos are really good musicians. Lolos and lolas have incredible voices. And I remember the couple singing one day in church. I'm so excited for them to explore books which are based on songs, and there are many books like that, and Adarna has a series of books based on Filipino songs. Ta-da! This is a surprise one. I'll talk about that later. But first, let's do this one. Tong 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 pakitong kitong, which is a silly song I like to sing during circle time. If you want to learn more about circle time, you can comment below. Circle time, or I want to learn about circle time, and I'll talk about it in the next videos. This one was illustrated by Cat Mello. Oh, it says, gawa at limbag sa Filipinas. Ibig sabihin, dito talaga siya printed. Kids I've handled over the years really love this song, especially the part where you go, sapagkat nangangagat, because they kind of anticipate me imitating the claws. Here's another teacher tip. You can use themes when teaching children. It's easier to think about connections, and it's easier when you want to activate their schema, or you want to activate their previous knowledge or previous experiences. Now, this would be a good book to use when your theme is like the sea or the ocean, and you can actually develop lessons around that theme. Another thing I like about how Adarna books are made is, I'm OC about this. I don't know if I'm the only one, but the letter A's, the way they're written, like the circle and down, is just easier for kids to learn and to write that letter instead of when it's printed the other way. Here's another one called Sampung Mga Daliri, and this was illustrated by Hubert Fusio. So cute ng hands. I'm sorry. You know how children have chubby hands? So, this is Sampung Mga Daliri, Kamay at Paa. This is a good book to use when your theme is parts of the body or my body. I've actually just recently had this theme, and one of the games we played is that the children would label their friend with the body parts. Now, this doesn't mean they would master the body parts, but I know for a fact that if children have fun, they learn more. So playing games is really important in the early grades. Okay, the last two books in this haul, or in this bundle that I got, is Bahay Kubo and Kapit Bahay Kubo. One of the things I watch out for when buying a book is if they have awards, and you can see the award right here. This one has the Save the Children Award in 2014. National Children's Book Awards. There you go. So this one is based on the song Bahay Kubo Kahit Munti, which talks about the many vegetables that we have. I see many learning connections to this when you're discussing maybe history in the Philippines and the kinds of houses that we lived in, because this one has the Bahay Kubo. It can also be for when you talk about nutrition and food. It can also be when you talk about gardening or growing plants. So here's a sneak peek of the book. First, it has all the characters, all the gulay, and I love how they were given faces, and the faces have different personalities. Luya looks kind of scary, and to be honest, if you eat luya just by itself, it's a little harsh. And then Sibuyas has a little hat. So cute. I don't really know how this book was made, but this was made by Peregrine Acuna. I am guessing that it's a cutout type of art, just basing on how it looks like. But I don't know if it's been cut out of paper or cloth. I'm not sure. It looks a little textured. This is amazing. Just look at the roof of the kubo. Those details. I think luya and bawang are my favorites of are my favorite characters in this book. Oh, and in the end, it has a cute little picture of a family eating together. A huge part of Filipino culture is eating together. And I think I wanna do that when I have my own family. Just be eating together. Now, I showed you this book with this book for a reason. This one is Kapitbahay Kubo, and it features the other gulays, the other vegetables that were not in the other book or not in the song. And you can actually sing it with the same tune, Kasha. So, Kapitbahay Kubo kahit munti, ang halaman doon ay marami. So, they have patatas at carrot. They look sporty. Pechay at repolyo. So, these were not in the other book. Oh, it's so cute. The munggos are cute. Munggo at malunggay. I think I love this so much that I am actually gonna get one for myself. But these are gifts for my inaanak that I'm so excited for her to read. Anyway, thanks for joining me today. I hope you learned something new. I hope this was somehow helpful to you. You can help me by subscribing to this channel and sharing this video to parents you know, or asking a question, leaving a comment about what other content I should put. Thanks for joining me today. See you in the next one.